Hi, in this video, I will share with you how to use skills of pastel Nagomi art to draw this painting, which I call Imagine Boat Ride in a Lake. Here are the tools and materials that you will need. For more explanations, please watch the video Basic Tools and Materials for Pastel Nagomi Art in my channel. For some update, please visit Yashars Corners Facebook page. You can also find their links in the description of this video. This painting is another painting under the Imagine series. As I shared with you all in the video about drawing another painting that calls moon watching on the branch, drawing this painting gives me some time to imagine doing something that I want to do with Yashar, even though I can no longer do so on this side of the world. As usual, the first thing is to paint the foundation or the base. Let me take out a piece of paper. And this time I use white to paint the foundation. All you need to do, let me find my ruler first, is to scribble the pastel on the paper. I think there is some dust of another color here, so I just lock it off a bit to clean it off first. Yeah, let me clean my ruler a bit. Usually use a wet towel to do so. Then use a dry towel to clean it a bit. Okay, then we scrape again. Then you will use a finger to rub the pastel over the paper. The next thing is to paint the background color, and they will be the colors of the sky and the lake. You can use whatever colors you like, but here are the colors that I used. Let me see. Okay, you can see that clearly. Yeah. Yeah. We will use the lightest color first. Okay, this one is broken, so just be careful. Then paint the second color on the upper and lower part of the drawing paper. So actually it is a square, so we can just do like this. So this is the second one. Let's grab it. If you find that there is too much pastel on the paper, you can just find a plastic container, knock the painting off a little bit. Yeah. And then I will try to blend the color a bit here. Then finally add the third color on the edge of the upper and lower part of the painting. Actually, we only need to do the upper part. You will know why later. Yeah, perhaps it's too much, but let me just, okay. Okay, if I this too much, so I lock the painting off the plastic container a bit to get rid of those extra dust. Okay, let me see. Don't want the sky to be too dark. Can use a clean finger to blend it a bit. Okay, like this. Okay, this corner is okay, because we will cover it up with something else later. Okay, so we have the sky and the lake. Then we will draw the mountains. Let me clean my finger first. So use a wet towel to clean the finger a bit. And don't forget to use a dry towel to dry your finger before you draw another color. Let me tidy up my desk a bit. So we will draw the mountains here. We first of all find a piece of drawing paper, and we will put kind of in the middle of the painting, somewhere about 2 inches away from the top of the painting, like this. Okay. And then we tape it a bit here. Then we will make some stencils for the mountain. Let me put it on the top. We will leave it. Actually, later I will have to show you how to do that. First of all, we draw a lower mountain at the back. This one, actually, you will see that this one. So this one is very flat, but this one will spread over the painting like this. Okay, then we cut it out. This is the first one. We will make all those stencils first, and then so that we can draw the mountains without having to make the stencil in between. Okay, so this is the first one. Yeah, and then find another little piece of paper. The second one is the steep small mountain in the middle. This one, the height of it would be about 1 inch. Of course, you can make taller if you want to, but let me draw it. Let me see. So this one is about 1 inch. Okay. Let's see. Don't want it to be too sharp, the tip of it. You can draw taller. Yeah, actually draw taller is better, and then you can adjust it later when you place on the paper. Kind of like this. I draw different shapes at different time. Yeah. Okay, this one. And then we have, this is the second one. I place it on my drawing to see, you know, how it works, whether it was fine. Okay, and then we have the third one. Let me think. Okay, I used a new piece of paper. This time, the third one would be the half mountain on the sides. We only need to make one stencil unless you want to have a very different shapes, okay? But of course, you can make another one. But I just show you how to make one, and then we just use the same stencil for both of the mountain. My pencil. This time, I would like to take a look and see, okay? We can just draw a little bit bigger, and then we will adjust it when we place it on the top of the paper, kind of like this. Some funny shapes I want to a little slope. Okay, then cut it out. Okay. So we take back our painting. Let me place it in the center so that you can see that clearly. We first let me see how. I should not place too low. Sometimes I place too low and then at the end those mountain kind of disappear after I place other thing. I will have a check on this first. Okay, like this, or perhaps I put it a little bit high. Okay, then take it on the side. Again, you can use whatever color you like for the mountains. Here, let me check my note. Here, yes, this one, and this one. Here are the colors that I use. Perhaps I move it a bit so then you can see the name. Yeah, if you use another brand of pastel, you can just find some, colors that looks like this. And of course, you can create your own colors, And so here they are, and I first of all let me think. Use this one first. This one is really light. I will add some other color on it. Let me get rid of some extra pastel first here. Okay. Then I do the second one. Nice. I want this color, especially on the left hand side. Okay, then I want to have a darker color on the right hand side. and I will leave the green on the left. So I scrape just on the right hand side. Make kind of gradation like this. Yeah. To make the right hand side even darker, I add a little bit black, just a little bit is fine, because a darker pastel would get dark very easily, even with a little bit. You see a little bit pastel here, so I just add this side a little bit. Okay, like this. Okay, then we remove this stencil. And then we put it here. You will find that there is some extra pastel here on the top of the mountain. Just shake it a bit. Knock it off against the container. And if there is still some extra pastel, we can use a cotton pad to sweep it a bit like this. Okay, it's not great. Let me see. Always have to tidy up the table a bit. Then we will draw the mountain in the middle. So our stencil here. Stick the stencil on the paper first. Let me see, in the middle. So if I do not want it to be too tall, I just put it lower, or I want it to be like this. I think I want it to be like this. Let me see. Okay, this one. This time the mountain look a bit fat, as you can compare. Yeah, but variety is good. See, no painting is the same, and I think everyone who paint know about that. So clean up the finger a bit. I'm going to use some other colors. Let me take a look. So this one, and then this one. This time they are all gray. Okay, let me move it here a bit so that you can see the name of the pastel. Forget to stick the stencil. We have to stick it here. Okay. Okay. Then we just scrape the pastel one by one from the lighter color to the darker color. I want to, because we have some other colors on the bottom, so I want to scrape. Okay, this is the first layer of color. Put it back. Okay, and then I add the second layer. I would not cover the whole mountain this time because I just want to have kind of shadow or gradation here. So just on the left hand side on the mountain. Like this. Yeah. And then I use a clean finger to blend it a bit. Okay, then I add the third one. This one is even darker, and again I just put it on the very left of the mountain. Let me see. Cannot remember which finger I used for this color. Okay. It's kind of like this. Because I want it to be a little bit darker, I add some more. Okay, this time don't forget I used the middle finger. Okay, so we finished the second mountain. Let me put it back here. We remove the stencil. We put it aside. We will need to use those stencil again later. Let me see. Okay. There's, you can see that there's so much pastel here. I have scribbled too much pastel this time, but we can still sweep it using a cotton pad like this. Just sweep it lightly, just kind of lose the pastel there a bit, and then we will lock the painting against the plastic container. It's okay here. We are going to put another mountain on top of this, so we will cover this up. Let me see. This one I want to clean a little bit. Here. This one is dirty already. Okay, let me see. Skin this a bit. Yes, this looks better. Okay. Then we will draw the mountains on the two sides. We will do the left hand side first. Let me see. Cover like this or like this. You can put your stencil at different angles. So just like this. Okay, this one looks good. And then I tape it here. And okay, for this side of the mountain, let me check the colors that I use. So here, this one a new color, and then also this one, use some lighter color here. I first of all use this okay, you may find that I did not erase the colors on the bottom. I intentionally do that. So I just let the color blend by itself like this with the color at the backdrop. And doing so, by doing so, we will not leave a white light on the edge of the mountain. So this time I script two colors on the within the stencil, and then I rub it over the mountain. Okay. Just let the color blend in its own way, and because in real life situation, actually mountains has different colors on it, and it just blend naturally, and you don't need to mind if some places are more yellowish and other place greener, and so just leave it. But somehow now it's to blend together. But I would like to have some lighter color on the edge, so I add some. This one is orange yellow on the edge of the mountain. Let me see, like this, perhaps on the top. Wait. Use another finger. This yellow is not so strong, but it still create a lighter gradation here. Okay, let me see. Okay, like this. Let me add some more ochre here. Perhaps this one. Make it even sharper contrast. Different brand of pastel will have different effects, so you have to trial and error to see how the colors work. Yeah, like for example, for this one I use another brand of pastel, and you can see some kind of like a little bit reddish here. So okay, I think it's fine. Okay, then put this back. Okay, then I remove the stencil. Clean it a bit. this one. So we have one side of the mountain already, and can again clean my finger. And then I will use the same stencil to make another side of the mountain, but I want to flip it this time. So before I place it on the drawing, I have already got some pastel on the drawing. I will clean the stencil with an eraser first. Then remove the tape here. See. I want this side to be lower, but I still want to overlap the middle mountain a bit. See? Okay. This one like this. Okay, this side of the mountain will be a bit darker. Let me check where's my, okay, this one. I have this one and then this one. I will scrape both colors first. Let's see how the colors come out. I want to have browner color on the left hand side, so I scrape some more here, just on the left hand side. Then, because I want the right hand side to be darker, just add some more gray here. So you see there's some, kind of gradation on the mountain. And also, let me see. Okay, this is fine. And in order to lighten up the edge a bit, I use a clean finger to just kind of like this. Or sometimes I would make it hard to hear. Let me see. Can clean my finger first, then take a look of my painting. Because I want, okay, let me clean my finger. I like to, I want this, the mountain to be a little bit lighter on the edge. I use a finger, a clean finger, to rub it a bit. Just a little bit. No, like this. Okay, let me put it back. Then we will draw the inverted reflection of the mountain on the bottom. First, okay, put it aside first. We flip this paper like this and put it a little bit up. Yeah, you can see like this. Yeah. So that we can cover the foot of the mountain when we paint and will not leave a white line between the mountains and their reflection. Okay. And because we are going to use very dark color for the reflection, so it's okay, just leave all this dust here. We will draw the mountain in the middle first. This one, you remember this? Okay, let's take a look, because we want to make our reflection, make the reflection match the mountain on the top. But of course, you do not need to, make it very exactly. But you just have to at least have to take a look and do not place the stencil too far away from the mountain on the top. Okay, we clean it a bit because we are going to flip it. Okay, tape off. And I will have the reflection shorter than the mountain on the top. Let me see, where are you? Okay, kind of like this. Actually, we can see the color here already. So, paste it here. And then, to fix this location. To create sharp contrast, I use black. Let me see, where's my black? So this one is the black. And so that's why I say you don't need to bother about the dust there. Okay, my ruler here. Let me test it out first. We try not, because this is black and it is very dark, as I always say. You see this one? So just scrape a little bit. If you scrape a lot, then your painting will get very dirty later on. Okay, but because I want it to be even darker, I add more. Okay, great. Let's remove this one. This time we need to remove those pastel on the edge of the mountain. Let me see. Okay, use a cotton pad again. Okay. Then we draw the two mountains. Let me think. This time, let us think about how the refraction will work. It's like this. Again, you do not need to make it exactly the same or the position from the top, but at least you kind of like get very close to the shape of the mountain on the top. Let me check. It's kind of like this. Yeah, you see. Okay, this one. Okay. Tip it here. I just used black for all the mountains. I mean the refraction of all the mountain. Okay. Okay, and then we will do the third one. Let me check it again. This one looks good. But let me clean it a little bit more here. Okay. It's okay. It's dark. And then again, because I need to flip it and clean it a bit. Then let's check. I think this one is a bit this side. This side. It should be like this. Okay, so let me see, because at first it is like this. Sometimes I just cannot remember. Okay, this is this one, so this time we flip like this. Okay, kind of here. Okay, let me take this out. Yes, we can take this off now. You see, it's quite nice. Yeah. And so we knock off. Okay. Just clean it a bit. Okay. It's a bit dirty here, but it's okay. We will cover it up with something else later. Okay. Then we will add some cloud on the sky by using a precision tip eraser. You may use an ordinary eraser to do so, like this one. A precision tip eraser just allow us to make some smaller erase. So like for example, like this one, make a little cloud here. side first. And then I'll also, okay, let me find a piece of paper because I don't want to touch, but I need to put my hand here like this. So let's say we want to do some erase like this. You know, some clouds that splat at the back of the mountain like this. Let me clean my finger because I would like to smooth out the cloud a bit later. Okay. So like this. Just to make it look more natural. Okay. Do have some more on this side. Remember not to erase your mountain. Sometimes you can also place the stencil there. Let me show you. I mean the mountain that you have cut out from the stencil, like for instance this one. Okay, we put it here, and then you re-erase so that we will not erase the mountain. You see? Okay. Okay, then we will erase similarly here. And so we can also take this chance to clean it up a little bit if there is too much pastel on the edge of the mountain. I want to have it cleaner also. This side is okay. Later on we'll cover it with something. Okay, here. Let me see. Let me knock it off a bit first. Then use my small fingers to do this. We have to be very careful on the bottom because the black color is very dark, and if we touch on the mountain, but again you can also cover it up with the mountain that you have cut out. Like this one, we place it on the top, and let me show you so that we will not touch that in this way. Okay, then we will make let me check. We will draw the ground. Let me show you the ground on the other side of the lake. We will make a stencil again, and let me take out. You can just use the stencil that we use that we put in the middle of the drawing paper to do that. This one is very dirty actually, but okay, this one is, I can use another side of it. Clean it a bit. I want to, let me see, yes. Okay, this time I want this one, looks like more like, you know, the side of the lake. Yeah, and then I cut it down. Okay, actually this one. Side. And then let me see. Okay, I want it to overlap with the reflection a bit, but I also want to, let me see. Yeah. Okay, no problem, just put it here. Okay, like this. I don't want my leg to be too small, but then this one is a bit, let me think. Okay, do something like this time. Perhaps, yes, push this side a little bit. Still want to over it a little bit. Okay, here. And this time I erase it first because this one is too dark. I don't want it to get into the ground. And for the ground, the color that I use is, okay, let me put it here. This one, we see, okay, and this, yeah. We will script these two colors first. We script both of them. My ruler is not clean, so let me get it a bit. Okay. I actually planned to script this one and this one. Yeah, But it's okay that we have another combination of color. This one looks a bit darker. Okay, let's okay. So because of that, then I add this one. Let me see whether it works. This one is lighter and sometimes it would not create a stronger contrast. Okay, it's too light, so let me add this one again. Just want to have some gradation on the mountain, not just on the side but also in the middle like this, to make it look more natural. Okay, this one still works, so just use that one. Okay, okay. I'll get out of there first. Let me remove the stencil. Okay, like this. Not bad, the shape. It's a bit funny here, but it looks great also. Again, use a cotton pad. I use a new one this time. I so dirty my finger. Okay, and then like this, and then we will add the other side. We add kind of like a small, I don't know what to say, a slope here, and let me think, it's kind of like this. Yeah, place it here, and then here. This time the color that I use is okay, looks similar but not the same. This one, and then I add yellow, so add this lighter, and then this. Okay, let me show the name. This one. Okay, put this one aside. Again, we erase. Let me find my eraser. Erase this first. It's too dark. And then we script both of this. And then yellow. Okay. Need to check if my finger is clean. Okay, then I add this color a bit. This color is called light green feel yellowish on the top. And I will rub it bottom down like this. Just make it, make this corner a little bit lighter. Actually, a little bit darker. Okay, and then add this one on the bottom. Want to blend this color a bit here. Okay. Then we will make one of the most important parts of this painting. We have a very good scenery here already, but we still haven't got our boat for the boat ride. And so let me see if this one works. No, I need bigger paper. We can just use some of the stencil for the mountain, but it is better. The boat is small, but we need a longer paper, and you will see why in a moment. Let me show you. We will draw a small boat. You can of course draw a bigger one, but I think I will just draw one which is about 1 inch wide. I have my ruler here, so I do not need another ruler. Okay, let me see what, like something like this. I'll cut it out. Don't throw this away, we will need this later. Okay, so we place a little boat here, perhaps here, okay, in the middle of that, and then we stick it like this. Okay, let me get something, because, and you will see why I don't know whether you see why I have to use a longer paper to do the stencil, because the boat is small. If I just use a very small piece of paper to make the stencil, then I will have no place to stick it, to tape it on the painting, because it is in the middle of it. So yeah, so a longer paper for the boat. This one move around. Let me see. Put it here. This time, because the boat, the stencil is very small, so I will script the pastel outside. The color that I use would be this one. Let me see, this one, and then one more, 103, this one. Yeah. So I script them. Let you take a look again. I script them here. I got a piece of plastic. Script. Okay, I will do, let me see, I will do this one first. Okay, press on it. This is very brown. Actually found this one is nice already, but I still want to add some other color to create some kind of, you see, we have some special effects. And then I add this one. Yeah, like this. I want to add some here. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, it looks nice. Put this one aside. Again, clean it up a bit with a cotton pad. Okay. And then because I want to make some reflection on the bottom of the boat, again I script some pastel. Let me find my color. This one, I will use this one. Again I script it outside here on the, okay, this one is enough. Let me clean my finger a bit. Okay, and now I need this little boat to help me a bit. Place it on the top of the boat that we have paint, because we don't want to have the color get on that, and so, and then okay, like this. Come on. At last, we will draw 3 pigs on the boat. If you have watched my another video about the painting that calls moon watching on the branch, you will know the reason why I draw 3 pigs in my Imagine series. They actually represent Yashar, my husband, and I. Let me show you how to draw it. As I said in that video, you can of course draw other animals or other things to represent yourself and your loved one. So let me find a piece of paper also. Yeah. So actually those pics draw with some circles. So I use a precision tip eraser. I draw a little circle here like this. The middle one is always Yashar. It's the small pig. Okay, another circle on the top for the heads. Sometimes I use stencil to do that also, but I'm just fine using the eraser to do that. Is more convenient. Just draw it. Okay, like this, and then add little ears. This is Yashar. Sometimes I just blow it a bit to get rid of the dust, and then I draw myself a little bit bigger. This is the body, a half circle, because we are sitting on the boat, and then the head. And then we add the ear like this. Okay, and then the last one is the biggest one, is my husband. He's not very big actually, he's just a little bit taller than me. Here's the body, and then they have the head, ears, okay. Let me pocket a bit. Again, so much dust here. Sometimes we would need this cotton pad to help us a bit. Okay, so you see, we are having a boat ride in the lake together. At last, tear off the tape. And then you may write down, okay, imagine boat ride in a lake. And you can also write down to, and then the name of your loved one. Mine is Yashar. This time I also write down adapted from a Windows screensaver, because this painting was inspired by it. I will also very much appreciate if you can write down original painting, Yashar's Corner. Especially if you post a painting on social media. You may then spray some fixative. Yeah, got a new one, this one. You can find some information about, about fixative on Yashar's Corner's Facebook page. You need fixative in order to protect the painting from being smudged, because it is pastel, I hope that this painting helps you process your grief of losing your loved one. I personally found that drawing this painting helps ease my pain a little bit when I miss Yashar badly, especially afterward. After I have finished my painting, I look at the painting, I can imagine, one day I'll be able to have a boat ride with her again. Then it always brings me a smile. If you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment to me. And for more about Nagomi art and embracing grief, please visit the Facebook page of Yashar's Corner. There is also a private group which offers a safe place for you to learn and share about the experience of processing grief through painting pastel Nagomi art.